Talk. I want to make sure that your mic is actually on.
Is my mic on?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Oh, well. Find out, huh? That sounds like it is.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
All right, I got it.
All right.
My goodness.
All right.
Cola. There's a wrapper inside the wrapper.
Yeah. They'll actually stop you from coughing.
I hope so. So, anyway, good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ugh.
Beautiful Thursday, cool morning, 49 degrees.
And school's back.
I know. I saw the school bus this morning.
School's back.
Yep. Kids love it. Back to school.
No, they don't. I think some do. I think they miss their friends. I know that I was always like kind of excited,
Yeah.
to go back to school. I wasn't excited for homework and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sarah. Hello. But they're back. There's been all sorts of social media postings about, kids going back to school and the schools are posting,
Yep.
the PTO and the high school and the middle school, and
all that starts up again
from all the area towns.
Yep.
Lisbon had a big posting for their elementary school. It was it's pretty cool. I mean, when you don't have big town, you can focus on that and you can look like a big town.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think some of the towns in the central part of the state went back a couple of days ago. We're kind of late compared to the rest of the state.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. But still, I for some reason, though, I didn't see any buses.
I saw one bus this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know what I did see, though? And I'm like, and I didn't even see any buses. I didn't even see any kids because they probably already had been picked up by the time I left the house.
Right.
What do you see? You see moms out there in their jammies.
Yep.
Their loafers / flip-flops. One lady had her blanket just wrapped around her. So.
Oh, well.
You know it.
It's that time of year.
Huh?
It's that time of year.
Yeah. Their moms are out there at the bus stops. And
yeah. I'm not looking forward to the fall, cold weather, snow, crap.
So speaking of school.
Yeah.
I think last year actually was the first time it happened in Griswold where students were the seniors were able to pay something. I don't know how much. Which is not really important, but they're able to decorate their own parking spot.
Oh.
And paint their own parking spot.
Yep.
So that I always thought that was really cool.
It is cool.
There was a young lady. Why do I keep kicking this? There was a young lady in Buffalo who wanted to put Bible verses in her spot.
Yep.
School said no.
Really?
Yep. A little bit of legal heat.
Wow.
School said yes.
Wow. It's a cool idea, though, because when I was working, because United Way, we used to be able to buy a parking spot. And I was actually buying spots close to the door. I mean, it only goes to charity anyway. So, but I did that a couple of years. I would just park close to right close to the door. So it was good. Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
High school kids.
Yeah.
They have their own parking spot. The seniors. Let's just because it's just the seniors.
Yeah.
Should they be censored as far as what they can write in that spot and what they cannot write in that spot on the ground. You know what I mean? Paint their space.
Well,
and
there are certain things that, you know, I mean, you don't want somebody writing big F words in the parking spot. You know,
okay.
You got to kind of keep an idea what they're going to put there. But you can pretty much put.
But wouldn't that be censorship?
Well, you can do what you want. Freedom of speech.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. As long as
that's what I'm wondering. Now, I wouldn't want my kid, pointing F this or F that,
no, of course
in
not.
their space. But let's say a kid does want to do that.
They'd be told to take it off. Or lose your spot.
They paid for it. They're renting it, I should say, is really, I guess, the real term. But so, for example, I know when I rent my my camper, which we haven't even stayed one day in it yet. We've had it 3 months and it's just been rented constantly. Once they pay their rent and I give them the key, I can't even go in it.
No, you're not. That's true.
I can't go in it. I can't unless they, welcome me in or they, say, yes, you can come in.
That's true.
Because they're paying for that space. And
right. It's no different than renting an apartment. You can't have a landlord just walking in when they want.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah, same thing.
Can they do that on their parking space?
I don't know.
I'd love to know what other people think. Seriously.
I really don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just bringing up, like, is that censorship? Is that,
I don't know.
If somebody says, the administration says, no, you can't put that there.
No. I mean, today, among the younger generation, the F word is like a common word, just like you, me, and the. You know, it's used like in every other verb or every sentence they make, for Christ's sake. Where the older generation, you don't say that kind of stuff. But today,
I think maybe your generation is like that. My generation's kind of like on the cusp of it.
Right.
This generation
they don't care.
No.
Nah.
They don't care at all.
No.
Although when records are cut, they still do have radio friendly versions.
Well, which they should.
Of them.
Yeah.
Now, if you go on satellite radio, no.
You can do what you want. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just curious. So, what, if anybody else out there, thinks that, that it should be censored or it should not be censored.
Yeah.
So, but the girl in Buffalo, she won her case.
Yeah.
I don't know who hired the lawyer. I just kind of perused the story real quick.
No. Oh, well.
Cheryl Canova says, I am sure there are policies that are in place, such as violence, curse words, etc.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
The question was, is it censorship?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really.
Right.
I can't tell you.
So there's that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to double back to the school and or
okay. We'll
Board
double
of
back.
Education
We'll double back.
And Board of.
We'll double back.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring something else up. Is that there was you buy lottery tickets at all? Like scratch offs?
Once in a while.
Okay. Do you happen to have a favorite scratch off?
No.
No,
I don't.
Okay. So my dad does.
Yeah.
And he likes Cashword, they're crossword puzzles or something.
Yeah.
So he likes those.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll stop at a store. Mike, get me a $3 Cashword. Okay. There was a guy in Indiana or Illinois, excuse me, that went in to get his favorite lottery ticket. They didn't have any.
Oh boy.
So he, the clerk asked if he wanted to get a different one that he would never ever buy. And the guy goes, oh, all right, well, my second favorite would be With this one, whatever it was, I think it was diamonds something. $20,000 winner.
Wow.
So I guess the moral of the story is that yeah, if your ticket's not there, get something else.
Yeah, there you go.
$20,000.
Wow.
So I thought that was an interesting.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The town of Plainfield. Do you do you remember the name Vicky Meyer?
Something to do with, wasn't she in politics or something?
Mm-hmm. She was in Plainfield. At one time, she was the Board of Finance vice chair. Then she was the Board of Finance chair.
Yeah.
And she did run for first selectman one year.
Yeah. Yeah.
She did not win, but she did run.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, just kind of, she passed away.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. She passed away within the last week. So sad to hear that about Vicky Meyer. Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, when I texted you last night.
Yes, you did.
I said, when I texted you, I was saying, please, please, please tell me you've watched the Board of Selectman meeting.
And I tell you, I only read it.
Yeah, but I didn't look at the minutes. Did the minutes say anything what I told you?
No. No, they don't really put the details in. It's just a summary of what was said. There were some things in there as what the hell are they talking about? I know there was a lot of discussion on the from EDC, and there was a lot of discussion based on the plant that they think they want to bring into Griswold. Mm-hmm. I know one person said EDC can't make decisions. Well, the EDC doesn't make decisions. It's up to the Board of Selectmen. So that just goes to show you some people don't know what the hell they're talking about, And I
surprise.
Yeah. And there's some people that think, maybe we should have it, maybe we shouldn't have it. And I know that some people were complaining about EDC making the decision. Well, EDC, all they do is, what happens with EDC, people will come in. Matter of fact, we don't know. The non-disclosure agreement we were all supposed to sign. Well, that was
did you guys sign that?
No, because it never came back again. Never got a real one. So that was like a crock of baloney. What the hell is it? We were supposed to get it so that we could find out what was happening in town. So, because some clients come in, they don't want people knowing what's going on, and that's what it was for. Never signed it. So, it was a big thing we were going to do, but I don't know what the hell it is, to be honest with you. But
so now you can just go all willy-nilly and talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, no, we don't talk about anything. The only thing that we just talk about was that guy that came in with the plan, and how EDC is pushing it. Nobody's pushing it. The guy just came in and explained what he wanted to do. And what we did with EDC is we thought that the best thing to do would be to put together a bunch of questions, because there's going to be a meeting. It's not going to be up to the EDC. It's going to be up to the Board of Selectmen in the town. So what we did is we put together a bunch of questions that we feel that the town people would ask.
Yeah.
And that was the idea, is so that
25 questions, I believe.
Yeah, it was like 20. Yeah, it was quite a few of them. I mean, even questions, what happens to the environment with this thing, what's coming out of the stacks? Is it going to affect crops? Is it going to affect dairy cows and all that other crap? Those are the kinds of questions that were asked. Traffic, we just wanted the person coming in to be at least prepared somewhat so he could answer questions that the townspeople were probably going to ask. I don't know when that meeting is going to be. I really don't know.
Yeah, there was a couple there that I believe they lived on Barber Road.
Yeah, they actually sent a letter in to the EDC members.
Yeah, they
didn't really want to see it happening.
Surprise.
Yeah. Well,
let's bring anything in. Let's squash it. Well, that's our taxes are going up. Why? Because everything got squashed.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, there was somebody.
Their last name was Mr. and Mrs. NIMBY.
Yeah, and they were nice. Don't get me
I
wrong;
know.
they were nice. They just had
I'm
some.
not saying they weren't nice.
Yeah, they had some concerns about. I think they keep looking at the one in Plainfield. It's a little different. It's not the same type of.
Right.
You know, and they did some investigation on these people too. So, but we'll have to see what happens. I mean, if our ancestors took the role of we don't want it in our backyard, we'd still be crapping out in the barn and drinking water out of the well. That's basis. If they didn't move forward with stuff, we would have what we have today. So, it's going to be up to the townspeople to make a decision whether they, because I think what the vendor wants or what the contractor wants is he wants to have at least some approval from the people from the town.
Yeah, I know he wants he
Yeah,
wants to do it with the town behind him.
right.
However, he doesn't need it.
I know he doesn't.
He can go to the siting council,
Yeah,
get it going,
do what he wants.
and that's it. It's private business. It's
And
not.
it's on somebody else's land. It's their land.
Yeah.
I mean, if I told you, if you had your property and I wanted to put a crapper mill on your property, could I stop you? Probably not. As long as I was within the
Sure.
regulations, I could do what the hell I want. So, but but every time.
But there's one thing that these folks did ask.
Yeah.
Is there when's the referendum going to be?
Was,
And it's like there's not going to
no.
be. That's. And I don't know if she was corrected or not, but there isn't going to be a referendum.
No, it's going to be a meeting.
Right.
Yeah, the guy didn't want to go through all of that.
It's going to be at the school, one of the schools.
Yeah, and there were comments made that there was no meeting with the data center. There was a meeting with the data center.
Yeah.
It was at the school. But somebody said, "No, we never had a meeting." Well, bullshit.
They had a meeting. They had a couple of meetings at town hall too, because I was at them.
Yeah, because people were complaining about noise. About that noise with the data centers. I mean,
what noise?
I know. I mean, of course, they left. But no matter what you bring in, there's always going to be somebody that's going to complain about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I know.
So it's always going to be, So you try to explain the situation and I'm making a cough again. If it comes in, fine. That'd be a nice thing for the town, but people don't fight it, then what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's kind of like if somebody wanted to open up, I don't know, a roller rink in town. They don't need to have a referendum.
No, you do what they want
to open up a roller skating rink. Yeah. They just have to do their due diligence to, if there's any planning and zoning issues or what. But and I think that's where some. What, you had something to say?
No, I just touched it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to flag me.
No.
I think what happens with some people, and this is just my I'm going to call it an assumption, is that they think that they can go ahead and squash whatever they want to squash. And that's okay. I mean, it's your right. You have freedom of speech. You can go ahead and say what you want to say. But if there was a referendum, like these folks had asked about, if there was actually a referendum, wouldn't that be government overreach into the private sector?
I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The Board of Selectmen didn't say that they were going to have a referendum, for this trash plant. I know, but I'm just saying it.
And they still haven't made up their mind yet. It's all going to come down to the board. They're the ones that are going to have to say yay or nay. And I think it's going to be based on what happens with this meeting with the town. Whether they agree or not. I don't know whether they agree or not. I don't know.
So from what I understand is that if this trash plant were to go in, it wouldn't be. I mean, I guess the construction was 18 months.
Yeah,
it was 18 months that it would take to build it.
Yeah,
and so you think maybe 2 to 3 years really before it's operational.
Plus, they got to go to the state anyway. Even if they get the town saying okay, they still have to go to the state. They have to go through all the state rigmarole. Same thing as well. So, it's not like it's going to happen tomorrow.
But the one thing Oh, by the way, I guess Deep is going to be at the meeting too.
Oh, are they?
So anybody that has any environmental issues or questions, that would be a great meeting to go to.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people for it. There'll be a lot of people against it. You know, that's
sure.
the way it always is. You know, but I think the thing that disturbed me was somebody's question: EDC is going to make the decision. That's not true. You know, and I know there was some complaints about. We started to have a meeting before our normal meeting, kind of like a workshop, where we.
Yeah, I get a kick out of the term workshop, so we don't have to talk about it, or there are no notes, there's no minutes,
Right.
there's no nothing. So all you got to do is call it a workshop, and you don't have to.
Correct, and it is. And don't get me wrong, it's not like you're trying to hide something. It actually is a workshop. It's trying to look what we could do to develop stuff in the town. It's not like you're trying to hide something. You know, there's
So why don't they just call it a
nothing being discussed about business coming in.
So why don't they just call
What
it a
can we
meeting?
do? You know, people say, "Well, you're hiding it." Well, we're not hiding
Well,
it.
then why don't you just call it a meeting or
Well-
a special meeting? If
Well,
you're not trying to hide it, why call it a workshop? Why even go there?
Well, I'm not sure what the reason is, but it is a workshop.
Well, I understand that, but why? You know, I mean, why do they got to call it a workshop? It sounds to me that the only reason why they want to call it a workshop is because they don't want to have any kind of. They don't want to tape the meeting. They don't want to take notes.
It actually is taped.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is taped. Yeah. So, but not try to hide anything. I mean, what can you do down Main Street? What can we do to bring something into Main Street? You know, what do we do? That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
I know the discussion in the last one was fixing the webpage, fixing the EDC webpage. I mean, that's what there was discussion was. What do we do to fix it to make it more, bring it up to date? Because it hasn't been up to date in years. That's what the thing was for.
The web page or the page on the town's website?
Yeah, the EDC page on the town's website is to bring it up to speed to, you know, what can we put out there to show what EDC is doing. That's what it was. I mean, the page is outdated. So that's what that discussion was about. It wasn't like they're trying to hide something, you know. I mean, come on. I mean, you know, everybody talks about why don't we put a supermarket in there rather than a mill? You know, how much money are you going to get out of a supermarket? How much money is that going to bring in?
You know what? If a supermarket was going to come in here, they would have done it already.
Yeah.
They would have done it. There's nothing.
Well, there was a supermarket that was interested a few years ago.
Right. But my point is this, is that I hear people on social media and they'll say, why don't they put in a supermarket? And first of all, who's they?
Right.
You know, are we gonna have the town of Griswold shopping mart? Is that what we're looking for here?
No.
But again, these are companies that if they were going to do it, they were already going to do it. So maybe in the future, you know, if, you know, I mean, once they take a look and see what happens with the infrastructure, you know, maybe somebody else will become interested when if they see, you know, increased traffic and stuff. But
well, that's what they were looking for. I mean, household rooftops, as they called them at the time. And
is that true that they're really looking at rooftops?
That was the words.
Or is that not anymore?
No. That was the words that I heard when they were looking for the supermarket. They were looking for a certain number of rooftops to come in before they would decide. But I know there was a supermarket chain that was interested in coming in, but they changed their mind. But you know, you got a supermarket up the road 10 miles. You got two across the bridge. Or actually three across the bridge within a couple of miles. You're going to put one here. Yeah. Okay. So where's it go? You know, is it really going to be beneficial to have a big Stop and Shop or not a
Stop and Shop's closing stores?
I know they are, but I'm just using that as an example. You're going to put one of those super big Ys in there. What's it going to do? I mean, I don't know. You know, are you going to get enough business to... So, you know, people look at that.
There's a difference between Big Y and Big Y world-class market.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, but you're not going to, even if a supermarket came in, which maybe it should, but you're not going to get.
Where are you going to put it?
Well, where are you going to put it? I mean, the other thing is how much money are you going to get out of it?
Okay, so the good point. Good point. So, like, let's say, Paul, you own Paul's supermarkets. Would you be looking at this town? Take a look at what you just said of how many grocery stores are around this area.
Like, probably not,
right?
Because of that reason,
right?
You know.
So I'm not sure why people are saying I want a grocery store.
I don't know what the reason is. I mean, the only way people would. Where are you going to put it? If you put it downtown, you're going to have people walking. But does that mean that the people that normally go to Walmart or go to Target or go to Better Value are going to come downtown to go to the supermarket? I know when Michael's Market was here, a lot of people went to Michael's Market.
But there was also no Target and there was no Walmart.
Absolutely.
It was just Better Value.
It was just Better Value.
All we had.
That's right. So a lot of people went local.
But that's a big difference.
Right.
It's a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Especially now when you go to Lisbon Landing and do other things as well.
Exactly. So
get your oil change, see a movie, then go get some food.
Right.
And then go do your shopping. I mean, you can do it all. Buy some shoes.
Right.
Get some home project stuff done.
Right. So those things weren't here years ago.
Right.
So, but I don't know.
Forest. That was all.
So I really don't know. It's like, it's going to be interesting how people feel about this thing coming in, whether it goes or it don't go. I mean, if it did go, the amount of money that the town would pick up would certainly, come tax time, would certainly make a big difference, But
so the number I heard, and you tell me if this is what you heard too. I had heard that if this trash plant was to come in, and just so everybody knows, it's a trash plant that will burn trash and convert it into electricity.
Correct.
Right. If they were to do that, and if once it's fully operational, that could actually affect our budget by $4 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a huge savings.
Yes.
That residents, would be able to take advantage of. So I think sometimes we have to look at that, and even if you feel like there's one in Preston, half the people don't even know it's there. And the people that know that it's there is because they know somebody that works there, or they've driven by it or something like that. I've been there, and it's like, it's actually a pretty cool operation. It's the old command center.
Yeah. But it's not. I think the one in Plainfield.
Yeah, you're talking about.
It's got people, because it's not the same. It's not the same type of plant.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's different.
I don't know what the differences are between them.
But there is a difference between the two plants. It's not the same. It's just an incinerator. This is not an incinerator. This is a different type of plant.
Yeah.
I don't know the details. I can't tell you, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gave you my last cough drop, and I don't have any more left.
You don't have any more
left.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why is this? Oh, I had the volume still up. But anyway, taking a look here. There's a lot of people watching that have an interest in the title today.
Yeah.
The selectman said what? Which we have not gotten to yet.
Oh, okay.
Which we, so anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of, I just don't think, I think I look at myself, I look at the bottom line, what it could save us as a town as far as taxes go. Myself, yourself, anybody else, whether you're owning or renting, it's going to affect you.
Absolutely. I mean, even putting housing in is not going to give us any big bucks.
Right.
I mean, you want to take that 164 corridor, fill it up with a housing project.
Right.
Man,
you're all right.
Just talking.
Okay.
Dry.
Just shake your head. Smile and nod.
Yep.
You need to get a drink?
I need a drink.
Go get a drink, dude.
Yeah, it's all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. We're not that far away.
No, we got another hour to go. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
Oh, good. Keep going.
So anyway, yeah. I heard 4 mils, but I mean I could be wrong.
It would be
but,
substantial. It would be a substantial tax benefit for the town as far as income. You know, it'd be like getting a big ass raise.
Yeah.
You know, and then a lot of the things that, you know, people complain about, roads and this and that. When you get the money, you can pretty much do what you want. Yeah. But the way we are now, there's no money.
Yeah.
So you got to have something coming in. Whether this thing goes or it don't go, you need to get something in there that we get something. But I think no matter what, like I said, no matter what comes in, it's going to be a complaint.
So to me, it would, if anything, it would also show other businesses that Griswold's looking for business. We're in business and we're business friendly. Or we're not.
Or we're not.
And I think that scares a lot of people away. You know, it's like, well, okay, it's like, oh, well, I have this great idea for the town. I want to look at Griswold and I want to see what, the town, the people don't like it. Okay, well, let's go to Plainfield.
But even there now.
I'm not talking about trash plant. I'm talking about other things that they've been able to secure, right?
Yep.
We don't have really anything.
No.
You know? So for another company to come in and go, is Griswold open for business?
Well, that's going to be it. If people, no matter what we bring in, there's always somebody that's going to be negative about it. We don't want it. And that was obvious when the data centers came in. Unfortunately, that disappeared, not because the town didn't want it. It was because of other reasons with the data center.
There were uneducated reasons that people had.
That's the problem. A lot of people read stuff and think that's what the issue is. They don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so you're right. I mean, if this thing gets turned away and depending how it gets turned away, if it doesn't get turned away, are we going to be considered friendly? Because if you're a business and you come in and you say, oh, look what they did to those guys. I ain't going there.
Yeah. Jamie says, I have no problems with a plant that burns trash and converts it to electricity as long as it doesn't affect air quality.
Exactly.
Right. And a lower mill rate is obviously a good thing.
Right. And what I saw, now whether this is what it looks like, but it didn't look to make a power plant look like a warehouse the way it was set up, because they had one in Ireland. Now I don't know if you really can't find a lot on these guys, so I don't really know, but it looked like a warehouse. You know, long.
Isn't it funny how companies will come in? It's kind of like a 70s album commercial. They've sold millions in Europe.
Yeah. But
Nana Muscuri, return to romance.
Before you really move on, just people are going to have a chance to question what's going on there. It's not going to be just thrown at them. They're actually going to involve the residents. So make sure people know that. You know, nobody's going to jam it down their throat. You know, it's just going to come down to,
maybe they should.
Well,
maybe they should. Maybe they need to have one that says, you know what? Screw you. We're putting it in anyway. Sorry, townies. Guess what? We're burning trash, bitches. And I think sometimes they need that kick in the ass to say, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
I honestly do, because I'm just saying, is Griswold open for business?
Don't know.
Right now, no. If we're going to let Fred and Ethel NIMBY decide everything that we do, we won't even get a Country General store.
Right.
There must be pesticides on those on those carrots. You know what I mean? It's always going to be something. Everything that wants to come in here, they're going to scare them off.
Right.
And that's why, I think it's courageous. This guy wants to get the town's residents' approval, but if it goes in, he don't need it.
No, you don't.
He doesn't need it.
I mean, what about the landowner? He wants to sell his property.
Yeah.
I mean, he owns the property. He has the right to sell it.
Yeah.
And do whatever hell he wants.
Right.
So, it's like,
I say just do it.
Well,
I mean, as long as there's no, I mean, why would the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection be at a meeting if this was going to be a problem? Why would this company, want to bring these people in? Right. So, I mean, nothing against the couple that were there at the meeting.
That's their concern.
That's their concern, and they're right. But I think once in a while, I think this one, you just got to say, do it. Just go. Just do it. And then let people. Because when it's up and running and they're going, what's going on over here? Nothing, obviously. But then they get their tax bill and it's lower. And it's like, oh, my God, this is great.
Yeah. You're right.
Am I wrong or right? I mean,
no, you're right.
So,
you're right. But unfortunately, that's not how things work.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the future brings. Who knows?
I say they just do it. Just do it.
Well,
stop whining.
Well, we'll see.
Well, really, I mean, stop whining. Open the doors. Open the doors for business. Residents, do it.
Depends how this goes. It make us look bad in the eyes of people looking to locate to this town.
That's why I said it's like, okay, we're not.
Depends how it's done.
We don't have anybody here. We're not open for business. Who the hell would want to come in?
Exactly. Because they'll find some reason for you not to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like every time we go to bring something in, there's always going to be somebody that's going to complain, which is natural.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a second here. We're going to talk about some more Board of Selectmen meeting stuff that came up. I don't know how deep we're going to get into it. Probably not as deep as a member of the Board of Selectmen, but but we might. Who knows? And also, folks, if you enjoy any of these shows that we do and also the videos that we put out or have been putting out, you can also help us out to continue that by clicking down there, the stars button, and making a donation or tip Paul Lash because he's freaking expensive, man. Let me tell you. Get a guy of that magnitude, and I'm writing check after check after check. So anyway. And the only reason I ask is every time I watch a video of people doing stuff, I see them putting up a barcode or something like that. Say, hey, buy me a cup of coffee. Hey, do this, do this. So it's like, all right, well, obviously, if that's something people are willing to do, I mean, we would certainly appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. We shall be back in a minute right here on SNSN. Oh, that's the wrong button. See what happens when I'm like away from what I'm usually doing?
Oh, boy.
But here we go.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, Stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they gonna know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
You buy better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better. It burns. You buy better.
Summer is here, and unfortunately, temperatures may not be the only thing on the rise. If you're experiencing significant insurance increases, it's time to make the call. The Burns Agency, now a Hub International company, has more solutions than ever. With the same superior service you've come to know. Call, email, or stop in today to start your savings. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Strain Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
All right.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had talked about a little bit about, the Board of Selectmen meeting, what had happened, as far as the trash plant and what was going on with that, what people were saying. It didn't seem like there was a lot of negativity. It was just there was one couple that, had their concerns and stuff. And so there was something that was said that I don't know why this was even part of the discussion, but without getting into the meat of it all, the town's finance director, Eric Christensen, is moving over to work for the Board of Education. So he's leaving the town and he's going to work for the Board of Education as the finance director there.
So they're going to have their own finance director.
I think they already did, but I guess he's filling. They're filling a position that somebody left. That's all I know.
So the town doesn't have a finance director anymore.
So
the town has got to get a finance director.
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
As of right now.
Okay.
I do want to get a comment. Wayne just put something. This is to go back. I just saw it, Wayne. It's going back to 164 because we need something with a huge impact on 164 to offset the investment being installed. He's right.
Yeah,
and that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Like just do it. Just put that trash burning plant in, and tell the guy we love it. Build. So anyway, getting back to it. So now I don't know if this is like an internal civil war or how this is going. The Board of Education is, got beef with the Board of Ed. I mean, the Board of Selectmen. Board of Selectmen's got beef with the Board of Education, and they're going back and forth. Bottom line is Eric Christensen is going to work for the Board of Education, leaving the town. I know that the town is upset because they value Eric Christensen. As far as why, I'll tell you what I do know, and this is real. It's all public information, by the way, folks. This is nothing that I'm drudging up, at the bottom of Ashland Lake or anything like that. But apparently, what was going on was Eric was helping the Board of Education with some work, and so they were essentially borrowing him. And one thing led to another, and I don't know if they had said, just basically don't headhunt him.
Yeah.
Just he's helping, but he's coming back to the town, whatever. So during the discussion, and this was Martin McKinney had written and read a letter, which I thought was very well written. And he made his point. Martin makes his points. Tina had a couple of things that she said she agreed with. But the thing that Rich Grabowski said that I did not hear the other two selectmen say they agreed with him about this point at all. But Rich mentioned something about Eric having mental health issues. Why would you say that in a public meeting?
You're right.
For anybody to hear.
Exactly. Well,
like Eric's son, for example.
Sometimes
look, I know mental health is a real thing.
Correct.
It is absolutely
and
a real
it isn't
thing.
Something
but why would you come out and say that?
Right.
That blew my mind. Now, this is all on the latest board of the latest Board of Selectman meeting. You can go to the YouTube page and you can watch it. So this is, I'm not bringing up anything here that, like I said, that is not public. Just kind of making you aware.
Yeah, I see. I didn't listen to it, but we all know in the past that Rich has said some things that probably shouldn't have been said in past meetings on other things.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, I will say that, him and I got into an argument at one time, but
right.
Rich and I did talk about it after the fact and settled it. So, but still, why would you say, he has mental or he's said to have mental health issues? Why? I mean, was this something that was discussed, in an executive session that should not have been brought out? Was it a slip of the tongue?
I don't know. We don't go to those things, so we really don't know. But those are the kinds of things that get you butt in trouble. You don't come out and say things like that in a public meeting. Well, proof. I mean, the people hear that and say, "What?" I mean, let's face it. This time of year, being in that position was pretty tough. It was a lot of time spent with the finance board, with him going through those budgets. That's a lot of stress on somebody that you got to put up with. Maybe the guy said something off the cuff, maybe a little wacky, but again, it's all under the pressure of what he had to go through as being the finance director for the town. I mean, this, fix this, do that. Why this, that? Why that? I don't know if I would want that friggin' job.
So Mary Beth Malin, who, for those of you who don't know, is the Board of Education chair. She said people need to watch the Board of Selectmen meeting, and this part starts at 14 minutes and 34 seconds in. Everyone needs to be careful about talking about a person when the person is not there. You know what? Let me see if I can. Actually, Mary Beth, I think you just helped me a lot. I'm gonna see if I can just play it. Give me a moment here.
But I think let's go and you're looking that up. Okay.
I just had it. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, and you guys can listen. Oops, hold on. And actually watch it and see what you think.
Okay. I've given a lot of thought to this position that the town is in, so I just saw him read this letter that I wrote relatively quickly and into the record. I would like to make a statement with a little history. I feel the town should know regarding the betrayal that the Board of Education and the Superintendent of Schools did to the town of Griswold a few months ago. A few months ago, prior to financial year end, we were requested by the Board of Ed Superintendent to allow Eric Christensen to assist in their second year of budget not balancing. As it came about in parts of, because of our financial director leaving, because of their financial director leaving, I'm sorry, and year end it wasn't complete. As chairman of the board, in this meeting was the chairman of the Board of Finance, chairman of the Board of Selectmen, superintendent of schools, assistant superintendent of schools, and it was a very forthright discussion by both parties involving all our concerns. At that time, before we turned over Eric to work with the Board of Ed to do their budgets and get them straightened out to help our financial house get in order,
right?
Eric, the number one item that we thought we were negotiating was Eric would remain in position with the town and avoid any conflict with the Board of Ed. The second thing on that, the Board of Ed would open the position and actively search for their own replacement for the financial director. Third thing is the Board of Ed would possibly pay, we were concerned because the Board of Ed would possibly pay more than we could, and we didn't want to lose Eric, and we were concerned about our relationship with the Board of Finance, the Board of Ed, and the Board of Ed and the Board of Selectmen that Eric had with us now. Okay. This is a tough letter because I really feel that we as townspeople got betrayed. We discussed alternatives like Eric running both town and Board of Ed, and then having I should stay with my letter, I apologize. Separate Board of Education and Government account. We were ensured that the Board of Ed would not pursue hiring Eric to fill this position. We were admirably with them, and unfortunately, this did not happen. Eric exercised his 45-day year option to remove himself from the town of Griswold Board of Finance. 24 hours later, the Board of Ed went into executive session and hired Eric from the town of Griswold. The purpose going forward in the next meeting is going to executive session of Board of Selectmen to discuss what, if any, options we can work together as a team to the best interest in the town. A few Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance members feel upset, betrayed by the Board of Ed, the superintendent, and his staff. This is fundamentally unethical. This is a betrayal of all the years that we worked together and as a team in the past. I respectfully put this in, Martin McKinney, and I think it's totally unacceptable. That's what I'm saying. And I apologize, it varies from my letter. I got nervous with it.
Thank you, Martin. Any discussion on this? Rich?
We'll discuss it later, I guess.
Okay.
I feel the same way in many ways. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I've never felt that anyone who wanted to advance themselves to better themselves and their family, I have all the respect in the world to, if that was the case. But we were lied to. We were told that he was leaving because of mental health issues, which was a lie. Because the next day he was hired by the Board of Ed. Now, obviously, it was over money. Of course, they're pretty clear to me in that regard. And
So there you go. Why would you say that?
I don't know. How does he know he's got mental health issues?
Why would he say it at all? Why would he say it when Eric Christensen's not there?
The guy couldn't defend themselves. I mean, I'm going back to coming out of this finance year with the budget. There's a lot of stress on the guy, because, and not only that, let's keep in mind too, I think that he also has the responsibility of people reporting to him because of the situation where you have Tina as the first selectman and her husband being the public works director. He cannot report to Tina. I believe he reports to the finance director.
Okay.
So I think he's got that pressure of some of the people.
Well, see, that's not the question. Anytime I've ever seen anything with Tina and Todd, they've always
I don't disagree, but it just comes down to the ethics part of it. You can't have that happen.
Right.
So he's got responsibility in the town hall where certain people report to him he's not just the finance director. He has people reporting to him as well. And I think coming out of this last finance thing, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do you take? And because the guy probably wants to move over and get into maybe a less stressful position in the at the Board of Education, what's the big deal? He's not the only finance director that's left.
Yeah.
There's one before him that left as well.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of pressure on being a finance director. I mean, would you want to have to go through all those friggin' numbers and people calling you and this and that?
I mean, I don't know. I think the town, may have some emotional investment in Eric, I mean,
they depend on him.
Exactly. I mean, he was there, he left, went to teach at ECSU.
Yeah. Then he came back.
And it was like, oh, Eric's back. Yahoo.
Yeah.
And now he's moving on to another position.
Well, you get to a point sometimes you get in your point in your career where you say, that's it.
Yeah.
I've had it. I can't do any more of this crap. I got to move on to something else. I mean, how many people do that today in today's work environment? Yeah. They leave and they go somewhere else because they just need to get into a position where they don't have all the stress on them. If the guy wants to do that, I wouldn't hold anything against him.
No.
You just go and get another finance director.
You know what? If Eric, whatever, if he does or does not, that's not your concern as a resident, but as a human being, you'd of course want him to be okay or feel fine and stuff like that. But that is not, it's totally inappropriate to bring that up in a public forum.
I think you're right. I mean, you're right. I don't think that is something that the public should know because, like I said, the guy's probably, he might have in a meeting or something said something. We all do that.
But if you listen to what was
that's what
said,
he said. That's what we were told.
He said, because we were told because of mental health issues. He did not say that Eric Christensen was suffering from mental health issues. Nothing like that was said. Although it's important, for him, Eric, and anybody else personally, yourself, if you have any issues, myself, everybody does. Everybody has something. It's just not appropriate to talk about.
Why would they even say that? Well, who the hell would say?
And I actually feel bad for the first selectman and the other selectman, Martin McKinney, because being in that position after what Rich said, what do you do?
Can't take it back.
Yeah.
You can't take it back. Yeah.
So
sometimes, sometimes you just don't think and you just come out and say shit without even thinking about it. Yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes.
And you got to understand too, there's two sides of every coin. So I'm not, the important thing for me here is not the fact whether or not Eric has any kind of personal issues at all. I hope he doesn't, I mean, you don't want anybody to, but that's not the issue here. That's not the issue. The issue is
what was said
in a public forum.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's like saying Mike Minosky's wacky.
Well, that would be true, and I would just say, yeah, and and what?
I know.
So,
but there are certain guidelines of being in a position of that level that you just don't come out and say.
right.
You know, it's you just break all rules. You don't talk about people that way. You know, is there going to be any repercussion to that? I don't know. There could be. There could be some repercussions. I mean, it's out in the open now. Now everybody's going to think that, you know, Eric's wacky. He's got some mental problem. You know, what's that mean? You know, and the guy probably, like I said, he probably was overwhelmed because of the last budget thing and might have said something off the cuff. And somebody assumed that maybe the guy suffered from something necessarily. Like I said, we all say stuff off the cuff, and somebody say, "Well, that's kind of odd. Why did he say that? You know, what's wrong with him?" And we all do that.
Sure.
So, you know, I feel sorry for the guy. Should I? Because just because you want to change the position to something a little stressful, less stressful,
or he just wanted
let's
to
put it this way: going into being the finance person for the school board, it's going to be a lot less stressful than the town because now you're not looking at all of the town stuff.
So I do want to make a point here, you know, and I understand that, and please guys don't take umbrage on this, but I mean, a lot of people here are part of the Republican Town Committee, and they're coming out with a lot of things. And I do think it's going to be very, very important that we have both sides, you know, on here. Not today, because, you know, but I think both sides need to be heard. Because like I said, there's another side to this story somewhere, you know, and I think it's really important. I think we can all agree that the simple fact is that, you know, what was said is the issue here. What's not important right now, you know, in this discussion is who was at a meeting, who's not at a meeting, you know, other than Eric. It doesn't matter right now because we're only talking about what the discussion was during everything else is speculation, you know, I mean, yeah, at this point. So, you know, unless you're actually in a meeting, but I'm not going to sit here, you know, in this public forum, you know, and say, well, this happened, and not. But I think we need to hear from both sides. But I think it's pretty damning, you know, what we heard from Mr. Grabowski about, you know, that I had heard he was leaving due to mental health issues. We were lied to.
What the hell does that mean? Mental health issues?
Why was it even said?
What does that mean?
Don't know.
You know,
I mean, it means to whatever it is to that person. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, I mean, I have my own issues, right? But it's going to be completely different than you or Eric or
absolutely,
or Jamie or Cheryl or anybody, you know, and same thing with them.
Somebody came up with the thought that he was leaving because of mental issues. No. He's probably leaving because he wants a less stressful job. What the hell's wrong with that?
So I do want to say something to Scott Fryer because he's out there because he now lives in Groton.
Oh, he does.
He doesn't live here anymore.
Oh, okay.
So you'll always be a Griswoldian, dude. That's just the thing. Don't worry about it. So now you could be Griswold resident emeritus. Right?
Yeah.
Griswold resident emeritus.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're always going to be a Griswold resident, Scott. You're just like you're always going to be. You made an impact here. You made an impact on your hometown. You will make an impact in Groton. So these are all places that you'll be able to call home. So,
wow. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how many comments come out of this show.
Oh, they're rolling.
Oh, I can believe it.
They're rolling. So, and yeah, in detail as well on some of them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we would hope and we would certainly appreciate if you guys click that stars button and made a contribution to the show. It helps us do what we do. And like I said, got to write checks to Paul, and he's not cheap. No, but anyway, if you do appreciate what we do, we would appreciate if you did that as well. So, thank you in advance for that. Everybody else does it, so I figured I'm going to start asking too. Why not? Anyway, Paul, thank you very much. We'll be back on No, we will not be back on Monday. Labor Day. We will be back on Tuesday. And I will we'll have a special guest. Are you going to be here Tuesday? Why?
I don't know.
Why won't you be here Tuesday? You're not coming in Monday.
I thought it was Kathy's day on Thursday and Wednesday.
Yeah, well, it is, but you don't know. Kathy can sometimes come, sometimes not, depending on her
I'll
work
have
schedule.
to see what my calendar says.
I know you're retired. You ain't doing shit.
Yes.
So you might be mowing the lawn.
No, I have things I schedule around those things. I'll have to check. Next week's a busy week.
Change the pellets in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll look and see.
All right.
Yeah. You got a special guest coming?
We do. We've had him on before. Lee Walter Jr. from the Norwich Sea Unicorns. We're going to talk about their three-peat, 3 in a row, but there may be some other information that would be very valuable to Sea Unicorn and local baseball fans in general.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So even if you don't like baseball, but you do like the idea of a place to go, bring the family, that's an inexpensive night out and fun, this could be something for you to watch. So anyway, thank you very much, Paul.
Yep. See you.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.
Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy your